Hello, I'm Jennifer Moisey, and I'm the Global Medical Franchise Lead of Bacterial Pipeline Vaccines at Pfizer. Clostridioides difficile, or C. difficile, is a bacterium or germ that can cause a serious and potentially life-threatening infection associated with symptoms from diarrhea to severe intestinal inflammation. Despite recent progress in intervention, C. difficile infection afflicts hundreds of thousands of people across the U.S. and Europe, and remains a widespread and potentially fatal disease that can be debilitating. Pfizer, along with a group of experts representing a cross-section of healthcare professionals and patient organizations impacted by this public health threat, launched a C. difficile awareness initiative to raise awareness of the potential risks for and impact of the infection. They also seek to encourage collaboration across organizations to address and help combat this serious and sometimes deadly disease. Over the past few weeks, I've talked to members of this multidisciplinary group of experts, which includes infectious disease experts and advocates of C. difficile, nurses, older adults, minorities, and veterans medical care, to discuss topics such as C. difficile, caring for the C. difficile patient, and high-risk populations. To wrap up our series on C. difficile, I'd like to hear from each member, what are the biggest challenges you face relating to C. difficile, and what is your greatest hope for the future? We'll start with Millicent Gorham.
One of the biggest challenges that nurses are facing right now is the limited supply of proper professional protective equipment. My biggest hope for the future is that we can work together as healthcare providers, experts, and advocates to make prevention of C. difficile a priority.
And Christian?
As a patient advocacy group, our primary goal is to help prevent other families from losing a loved one. To that end, we look to engage as many people as we can to raise awareness about C. difficile infection. My biggest hope for the future is to expand knowledge of this disease and take meaningful steps to help combat C. diff infections through prevention and better treatments.
James Appleby.
C. difficile infection disproportionately affects older adults and represents a serious health burden as adults age. So it's important to take precautions and that we educate ourselves as we age so that we can live healthier lives. There's a lot to learn about C. difficile, and I'd encourage listeners to check out the CDC website, chock full of wonderful information. That's at cdc.gov/cdiff.
Artie Shelton.
I'm concerned about the public health threat that C. difficile will have on our aging veteran population. More than 19 million veterans in the United States are 65 years or older, are people who are at risk and will need to be educated about the dangers of C. difficile. We want to inform veterans and their families and caregivers that VA benefits are available to them for any medical issues that they may experience while having served in the military.
Dr. Taberki.
Yeah, C. diff has actually been recognized as the complication of antibiotic treatment going back now about 40 to 50 years. You know, although there is another important public health threat going on right now, it is important to continue the conversation with C. diff as it is an urgent threat. People are still getting it, and we still need to improve awareness and knowledge and how to best diagnose, treat, and prevent it.
I would like to again thank our awareness initiative for taking the time to share their knowledge and experiences over the last few weeks to educate us about C. difficile. If you're interested in learning more about the awareness initiative or the disease, please visit on.pfizer.com/3KEFCQK. Again, that's on.pfizer.com/3KEFCQK.